Hey, it's Brian Mudd, and this is my cheat sheet for 11-11-11. That doesn't happen so often. All right, so the week that was, let's hit the politics real quick. No major changes, either in President Obama's approval ratings, which still stand in the neighborhood of 45%, or in the GOP race. But the one thing that might be surprising to some people is after a 2-week onslaught that Herman Cain has taken, not only is his fundraising still going well, but his poll numbers, the running average of all of them, which is how I judge it, still tied for the lead. We have another debate tomorrow night. We have continued to see Newt Gingrich poll consistently in third place, including leading a couple states for the first time in individual state polls. All right, let's take a look at some technology now. iOS 5. The iOS 5, the 5th generation operating system from Apple, is the standard operating system on the iPhone 4S. So if you have one of the iPhone 4Ss, I'm talking to you. Also, if you downloaded the iOS 5 to any computer or any other device, this also is for you. The update is ready to go. The update from Apple that, among other issues, fixes the battery life issue with the iPhone 4S. This has been something that was problematic for a lot of people, and even Jim Edwards turned off a lot of the features on his phone to try to get better battery life. That all theoretically gets fixed today. So at your earliest availability, hook your devices up to your iTunes and get the new update on your phone or on your Mac. Thanksgiving, it's going to cost 13% more this year. 13% more. You know, a lot of times because you go to the grocery store and you see that something costs an extra few cents every time you go, it's that incremental effect and you don't realize how much more you're paying. You know, I've been talking about the real cost of inflation throughout the course of this year, and even though the government number they put out, which excludes food and energy, because of course nobody uses energy and none of us actually eat, obviously I think that metric's BS, has been saying that there's next to no inflation in the economy. The problem is by the time you add in food and energy, voila, we've got huge inflation, typically about 6.5% to 7% this year. So the standard Thanksgiving fare, if you do all the traditional stuff, 13% more. Give you an idea of how printing money in Washington has watered down the overall value of the dollar in your pocket related to basic food items. 13% more. That's a big deal, especially since incomes haven't exactly risen by 13% over the last year, right? Mortgages. Here is some good news. Thanksgiving costing us more. Mortgages never cost us less than right now. For only the second time in history, 30-year fixed mortgage is dipping under 4% in real time. As I record this, we still are under 4%. This is also a reminder that if you have the ability to be able to refi, there are great opportunities to do that as well, even if you're right side up, to be able to try to get a sub 4% mortgage going. By the way, today is D-Day for the Motorola Razr, the return of the most popular standard cell phone, perhaps of all time. It's the thinnest phone ever. It's coming on Verizon's 4G LTE network, and I think this phone is a winner. This and the Droid Bionic, I think, are the two best Droid phones. That is the cheat sheet for today. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you Monday.